I don't know if I have a top 5 that
Let's
I
get
could say
into
this
it.
is or
Yeah,
is
should we
not.
get into it?
Yeah.
I definitely want to get into it. And also, by the way, if you're at home right now and you're thinking about yours, let's throw up the phone number so that in a few minutes we can have people call in with their favorite Christmas movies or whatever the hell you guys want to talk about.
Yeah, let's do that.
Collider Live.
Sure.
So give me if you have a top 3, your third place one. Do you guys have a top 3?
Yeah, I have a top 3 for sure.
Okay, what do you got in your third place?
My third place is Elf.
I would not expect that from you.
Okay. Third place. I love Elf. I think it makes me laugh every single time.
Really?
Every single time.
Do you watch it every Christmas?
Always. Yeah. I mean,
Same.
I've watched it probably 5 times already.
I've seen it
leading up
twice
to this.
already this holiday
I
season.
would expect that to be in your top 3.
It is in my top 3.
Is it your number 3?
It's not number 3.
Ooh, what's your number 3?
Home Alone.
I like it.
Home Alone is a classic now. We just watched it the other night.
See, Home Alone skirts in at 4 for me.
Okay.
Wow.
I can buy that.
Underrated for me, Home Alone 2.
Very underrated. We just watched that the other night. I
I'm
love
in
Home Alone
on
2.
Home Alone
Little teaser. The Wangers, myself, Cody, you're in, right?
Yeah.
Does he know what you're talking about?
Cody, myself, Cobster, and Beardo are doing a DVD commentary to Home Alone 2. That was my request because the amount of amazing plot holes and murders that Kevin commits in Home Alone 2, still, that movie is fantastic. ...
Can I come?
Sorry, there's not enough microphones.
Wait, murders.
I guess I'll just have to say Home Alone.
He legitimately kills Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. He kills Marvin.
Oh
Harry.
yeah, well, yeah.
But whatever.
Any other movie, they would be. I mean,
Dead.
Marv would be dead just from the bricks.
The bricks, yeah.
that started.
A 4-story brick throw?
Yeah,
I
he
think
gets 4.
he's resilient.
4 bricks. It must be 4, right? I think it's 4 bricks to the head.
Yeah.
No, I think it was a little more than that.
4
Maybe it was
bricks.
5?
No.
No.
How many was it? Do we?
Hold on.
It's my
Wait, do
show,
we do-
bitches. I get to call
I
it.
think it was.
It might.
Well, he threw like 4. No, not 9.
It feels like a little.
Maybe it was 8. Maybe it was 8
Maybe
bricks.
it was 8 bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's in your guys' top 2 then? What's your number 2 spot?
My number 2 is Christmas Vacation.
Okay. We're
Yeah.
pretty close here.
Yeah.
Is that? Are you Elf number 2?
Elf is number 2.
See, there you go. I love that. I love
Elf
that.
is such the best. It is the absolute best. I laugh at this. It's heart.
Every time I
What do you
see it,
think-
I catch a part that I like more. Like when he's on the elevator with the guy and he hits all the buttons and he gets off, he's like, "Have a good day." Wait, I forgot to give you a hug. And
Yeah, that's
the
my
door's
favorite.
closed.
Do you
I like
guys
secrets
think-
too. What are we talking about?
But when
I
you-
forgot to give you a hug.
When you think about like our parents or our grandparents
Yeah.
or the generations before us, though, that sat there and watched like Miracle on 34th Street. That's
Well,
the
no,
street
it's
they're
not
on.
33rd.
Yeah, thank you. 30.
Is it
Miracle
kill
on
us.
30?
Is it 8?
Eighth
Yeah,
Street, yeah.
38th
38th
Street.
That
Or is it
sounds
30?
right.
No.
No, it could have been 30.
9?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been 30.
And It's a Wonderful Life and Christmas Carol and all
Yeah.
of these. Do you think that they look at us loving Elf and just think like, dumb kids?
Do you know what my mom's favorite Christmas movie is?
Is it Elf?
Elf.
That's awesome.
There's a reason why
My dad
I love it.
lives for Elf. My dad lives for it too.
That's great.
I love it.
It makes perfect sense.
It's just it's an amazing
Elf
amazing film.
just when it first came out, it's like repeat viewing. It's just like Human Kooks. It's just something else comes up. It's like, hi, Mr. Narwhal.
Yeah.
I was like, bye, buddy.
I gotta rewatch. I haven't seen it in probably like 5 years.
Oh, my
All I
God. It
remember
still
is Buddy
holds up
the Elf,
so
favorite
well.
color.
Yeah.
So what's your Die Hard's your number 1?
100%.
Your number 1.
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
One. Yeah,
So
that's a
you
market
guys
Brian
have the
special.
same top 3. Oh,
No. Die Hard's not in your top 3.
No.
Oh, almost. So you have 2 of the same. in
Two
your
of
top
the
three.
Two of the
yeah.
same, but reversed. Yeah, Christmas Vacation is. I saw it in theaters. My mother took me. This was
89.
around. It came out. Yeah, 89. It came out around like after Thanksgiving, but we
Sure.
were back at school. But I always remember this. My mom was like, "Let's go see Christmas Vacation," and
Wow.
we ditched school. And I've never laughed so hard in my life in the theater at that time when the dog eats the turkey bone underneath. It's like, nah, he's just yakking on him. He got it
He
up.
got it up.
I
That
couldn't.
noise.
It's that, but that's
Stop
he
laughing.
nailed that noise sound effect real well.
And because I've seen it hundreds of times now, because every Christmas we put it on, and it is so fun. The lines now,
So you-
Clark,
Holds
W.
up.
Griswold.
You guys are looking for laughs. I feel like I'm not looking for laughs in my Christmas
But
movies.
Why?
But there's
Because,
also
because,
great moments.
You
Yes,
know, Christmas is a
heartfelt
tough
moments.
time for the Jews.
Okay. Is it though? You guys can celebrate our holiday. I don't care.
No, it's really. Thank you so much.
My
It's very
buddy,
generous.
my buddy Josh Selkovitz in high school, one of the greatest dudes of all time. Josh Selkovitz, he'd always be like, "Can I come?" We would invite him over for Christmas
stole
stuff all
my
the time.
line?
What?
Can I go?
Yeah.
All I ever wanted was somebody to ask me to decorate a tree with them.
Oh.
That's all I ever wanted. I feel like I'd be really good at it. And so when I moved out here and I had a Christian roommate, Sarah Stratton, friend of the show in previous iterations.
Great person.
She got us a tree at our apartment when we lived together. I think you had
house.
been there before, yeah. And she was like, "Do what you want with it. I know this means a lot to you." And I put the weirdest shit in the tree.
I love it.
She was like, "This is the weirdest looking tree."
Incredible.
Like, I remember.
Did you put tinsel on it?
I put panties on it because
Wow.
I didn't have things to hang from a tree. So she was like, "You can hang anything from a tree." I put a little dog stuffed animal in it. Like
Okay.
anything that was in my room, I just was like, "Cool."
Yeah.
So there was like pennies. And, like,
Pennies?
it was like
This is why Jews aren't allowed on our holiday.
jankiest. It was the jankiest tree.
How are you doing a penny on a tree?
I was like putting, hot glue and then a string. Like I was making ornaments from things I was finding. I put a paper clip, a couple of
Oh,
them.
my God.
I was putting tacks, and then like I tacked some stuff to it. It definitely looked like a homeless person's tree.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like whatever was in my cart. I think that means we got a call on the line. I love that. Collider Live, you're on the line. What's your name? If you're
Well,
here.
I'm a female.
Yay!
It's a Christmas miracle!
That is really a Christmas miracle. Wow.
You
You're
are
more than just a
officially
female.
On the
our
line,
first
all the way
female
from
caller.
Chicago.
She's from Chicago?
What was your name? Sorry, I missed it. I was so excited.
Kristen Smith.
Kristen
Hey,
Smith.
Kristen.
You
Yeah.
just made
Hey.
my entire week. I'm so happy to have you here. Are you calling to talk to us about Christmas movies?
Sure, yeah, I can.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Hey, whatever.
Listen, you can stay on for the rest of the show if you want. We're totally psyched you called it.
Kristen, you're the fourth host of the show now.
Yeah.
You're official. What
Welcome.
What do you want to talk about?
No, I mean we can talk about Christmas movies because everyone forgets all the weird old classics like
Oh.
Meet Me in St. Louis, which is only a Christmas movie for 1/4 of the movie, but features
Same with
a
A Wonderful
snowman
Life.
massacre.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like that's, I've never even heard, I've definitely never seen it, but now I'm very interested in
Are
it.
you saying that because you love it, or you just want to bring it up because WTF on it?
No, I love it. It's one of my favorite musicals, but it also it's just really random because it's it right after Judy Garland sings "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," her little sister gets super emotional and then goes outside and then just murders snowmen with a cane.
Oh.
It's fantastic.
Do we call it murder if it's a snowman?
Well, I mean, I think it's a slaughter of white
Now,
snow.
the
did it-
shot killer
Did
strikes
it
again.
come to life or not? Because if it's Frosty, then that's a
that was
that's a
murder.
homicide.
That was,
Do you have a least favorite Christmas movie?
that's a good question.
Do
you have a kid?
That's
Is there a baby
actually
in the
hard
background?
because that's my baby.
Yes, our youngest Collider Live fan. What's his name?
Yeah.
Her name?
You only go minutes before fee for service.
Oh, you broke up there.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, Riley met her on Skype.
Yeah,
a while
I
ago.
did.
Ah.
Yeah.
How do you?
Yeah,
How?
she's
Kristen,
named after Supergirl.
take 3. I did a Schmoedown interview. Kristen was there.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
And,
awesome.
They held up the baby, and I was like, "There it is."
Is your
There's the
baby a Wild Berries
future
fan?
Schmoedown champion?
Sure.
She's been training since day one. We watched The Hobbit from my hospital bed,
There it is.
Whoa.
the day after she was born.
Love
so she's
it.
training for inner geekdom, apparently.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Damn, me too.
Future Wildberry.
I
like
can't
it.
wait for all the trivia we have today. Thank you so much, Kristen, for calling in.
You're the best, Kristen. Have an amazing holiday. Thank you.
Vagina for days.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
I've actually my heart like skipped a beat.
This is the greatest moment in the history of Collider Live. We were talking about our favorite moments of 2018.
It's right
Kristen
now.
Smith calling into Collider Live.
Oh, we've been getting all these tweets being like, I'm trying to call in.
Yep.
So.
All right. Well, here,
Should we ask Cody what his favorite movies are?
Yeah,
Maybe Alex,
absolutely.
too?
Yeah. I would love to hear
Guys,
Cody's.
Give us the top 3, boys.
that's
a stressful moment for
that's
you.
got to be Elf. Yeah.
That's
Is
Santa.
they saying
It's the
Santa?
only one that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cody. You're right. You're right.
All right. What do you got, Alex?
Alex?
To be honest, I haven't seen many Christmas movies.
Oh, my God.
But
Jewish?
I gotta go with Elf.
Elf?
Yeah.
Elf and Elf.
Elf
Okay.
and Elf.
I think if I
It's a
did
heavy
my,
elf train
If
in
I
here.
did my top 3, I think in third place I go Home Alone. I think in second place I go It's a Wonderful Life, and I think in first place I go Love Actually.
Love Actually.
It crushes me every time, and that's what I'm looking for in a Christmas movie.
It tugs at the heartstrings.
What crushes me? I want to be crushed.
Crushed.
what do you want for
Crushed.
Christmas?
I want crushed.
Dear Santa.
Oh!
Sounds like
Come
we have
on. Are
another
we 2
call.
for 2?
I hope that Christian lets us keep doing this Creed music.
I agree.
Hi, you're here with Collider Live. What's your name?
Yo, it's Devon. Josh, this is Devon from the bar.
Yo, what's up, dude?
Devon from the barn?
Devon bartends at a bar in
from the bar.
Montrose. Thad and I went there a few weeks ago, had a few shots. We got pretty hammered.
Nice.
Good to hear from you, Devon. What's up, man?
What's going on?
Not too much. Hanging out. And it's Avignon's, Josh.
Avignon's. I wanted to, yes, Avignon's.
That's the name of the bar?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Avignon?
Yeah.
it French?
No, it's an amazing, amazing local bar. It's one of the best local bars I've ever walked into in my life.
It's not local for me, though.
But it's a local for Montrosians.
Yeah, I got to go then.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's a destination bar for us.
destination.
What local?
It's Southern California local.
What's your favorite Christmas movie? What do you got for us?
My favorite Christmas movie, because I am a horror guy, it's a pretty recent one, actually. It just came out last year. It's a small one called Better Watch Out.
Have you seen
Better
this?
watch out. No.
I gotta
Riley,
tell you, all
you
of our
stumped
all
us.
of our
Yeah.
eyebrows went up a little bit. Like,
Better
what's he
watch
gonna?
out.
Well, can you give us like 30 seconds of a plot here? Like, what is this
I'm
movie
putting it
about?
in right now.
Yeah, basically, it's a Christmas / home invasion / babysitter flick. It's kind of like a throwback babysitter flick. This girl's watching a kid on like Christmas Eve, and then they think that there's a person hunting them from outside, but then it turns out they may already be inside.
Ooh.
Can't tell you anything more because heavy spoilers, but it's on Shudder though.
It's on Shudder?
I want to see it. Virginia Madsen's in it.
Oh,
Has
Virginia
there ever
Madsen.
been a horror movie where people don't think somebody's outside who's actually inside?
I don't know. That's a good question. But this.
I'm telling.
There's this place
got
in
a
like a
good twist.
city, like out in the country? Because if it takes place out in the country, I'm out. And I'm also out because it's a horror
It's
movie.
like no, it's in the suburbs, and
Oh.
it just takes place all at the house too. Like
Damn.
it's all single location.
Better watch out. Devon coming in hot with a deep cut.
Devon, thank you so much for the call. I appreciate
Merry
the,
Christmas,
the
Devon.
hot tip.
We'll be back to having you on
Thank
soon,
you.
buddy. We'll be
So,
back.
I want to throw some of the chat choices out here because
Yeah.
Scrooged is definitely in my
I
top
love
5.
Scrooge. You know
yeah.
whose favorite movie Scrooged is?
Mark Ellis,
No,
right?
Clark Wolf.
Clark Wolf.
Clark
Yeah.
Wolf
Oh, yeah, that's
loves
right. And that makes sense.
Scrooged. Yeah.
Why does that make sense?
She has the horror sensibilities. There's it's Richard Donner, Danny Elfman music.
Yeah.
It has like a darkness to
It's
it.
also
it was really
funny.
Great.
It's like a
so
darkly funny movie.
Who would he have said that didn't make sense?
Me?
Oh,
I don't know. You.
it was a weird question that I asked.
It was. It really stumped me.
Ramsey?
I'm like, I don't know. A lot of Christmas stories at number 1. I did see the lack of love for the Christmas story is troubling here.
No, see, here's the thing. A Christmas Story is in my top 10 for sure.
Yes.
It hovers around like 6 or 7. I really like A Christmas Story. I really
Talk
do.
to me about what it is.
So A Christmas Story centers
I've
around
seen it,
Ralphie.
Obviously, you're not watching TBS.
No, I think
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Show me a pic. Cody, will you show me a picture of it?
Crazy thing
That's what it usually
is
takes
that
for me to
Ralphie,
remember.
aka Peter Billingsley,
Yes.
very, very successful producer.
Yep.
Now he
Produced Elf.
Produced Elf.
Was
He's-
in Elf.
Was in Elf. Correct.
Produced Iron Man.
Oh,
Was
with
in
the-
Iron
with
Man.
this
He's
little
John
shit.
Favreau's
Yeah.
producing partner,
Yes,
actually.
Yeah, I remember this.
And Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn, John Favreau.
Oh, that's right.
And Peter Billingsley all produced together.
Why do you think more people don't dress as him for Halloween?
With the pink bunny outfit? Because it is such a Christmas movie. It's called A Christmas Story. It's all Christmas stuff.
So you can't do it for Halloween?
I don't know. I mean, you don't see Santas running around
Yeah,
on
but a
Halloween.
lot of people dress
Yeah.
up as
You save
Jack
it for
Skeleton.
Christmas.
Skellington.
Skellington. Yeah, thank you.
The thing about Christmas Story,
What's her name?
I do blame. Huh?
What's her name?
Who?
Jane Skellington?
No.
Oh, I can't remember.
Wow, what is
Frank!
it? What is it? What is it?
I don't know.
Do you know what? TBS kind of ruined my love for Christmas Story.
What,
I'm not
because
going to
it's
lie.
on all the time?
Because it was on so much, and I just started eating it. I was like watching. This is years ago. It's been going on for years.
Yeah.
So now what I do is it's like every time we want to watch a Christmas movie, I'm like, we're not watching Christmas Story.
Right.
We're saving that for Christmas Eve, Christmas, because I'm going to put it on immediately and just have it in the background.
You haven't cord cut? You haven't cord cut?
Cord cut? Yes, I did cord cut.
So, but you still are like TBS streaming somewhere?
Yeah, no, I have PlayStation View, which has all the live channels, which includes TBS. But yeah, I told Spectrum to F off.
I see. Here's the thing
I'm in a
with
battle with them this week.
They were awful to me, so I was very happy to
Quick story.
get out
very,
of it.
very annoyed.
nail it. Let's get it.
So I had to go get a permit for my new parking place, and my address is what it is, which I'm not going to give on the air right now, no matter how tired I am. I almost just did. And so you have to provide proof of residence there with a bill and with your lease.
Yeah.
So I bring in my lease and I bring in the bill from Spectrum. It's the only bill I have because my landlord pays the rest of my utilities.
Okay.
And when they asked me, where is your, like, how do we get to it? I said, oh, enter through the rear. And they put the word rear in my address. And because of that, they were like, when I went to the permit place, these two addresses do not match up.
Oh, God.
Because this one says rear and this one does not. And I fought with Spectrum.
This one says rear.
I fought with Spectrum for 5 hours on this, saying, can you take out the word rear and resend this to me? There is no such thing. That's not a mailing address. I said enter through the rear. It'd be like if you put gate there or like quiet please or knock or call first. Like it literally it was driving me insane. They were like, sorry.
the
That's
parking
how we
in
have
the
it
city
set up.
is insane. We've been over it.
So Spectrum, you're on my list.
You're on my
You're
list.
getting cold
Naughty
this
list.
year.
All right, real quick on Christmas Story.
Yeah.
The reason it's in my top 10. I love it. It's super fun. I think it's the same thing with you.
it's
like it's fun. It's a very fun movie. It's an adorable story.
It's a classic.
It's
now.
a
It's cute.
classic.
It's
It's a
cute.
classic
Now that I
story.
remember what it is.
It reminds me, and I know that I love to watch it with my dad because it reminds my dad of his childhood.
Yeah.
Which wasn't far away because it takes place in Cleveland. Like the house from Christmas Story is in Cleveland, which isn't far from Pittsburgh. All the snow on the ground, the whole walking to school, all that kind of stuff. It is
The layers on the
whole
kids,
thing,
yeah.
the way it's shot, the way it looks, the whole thing is a very beautiful movie. I just happen to really like other movies more. That's all. But it's
Same.
Yeah,
Same. And it was
I get that.
and it became over time because I think back when I was younger, when I saw the movie, and then later on, like maybe high school, I was like, Christmas Story is my number one. I love it. But now, as I've gotten older, Christmas Vacation kind of took that spot. Elf came out.
Right.
You know, Scrooge became a favorite of mine because I started getting into
And we
that.
haven't had a good Christmas movie released in a few years.
No, we haven't.
Do you think that there's room for a Mean Girls type Christmas movie that people would get behind?
Probably.
Because I feel
You
like
mean
they
like
haven't.
Mean Girls taking place during Christmas?